Turn to M3 and Karen B for this week's episode of Comply on the Fly. You'll get quick and timely answers to the most common compliance questions so you and your business can keep moving ahead. Please note this podcast and the contents herein do not constitute legal advice. Please seek the advice of counsel for any benefit compliance related implementation guidance or strategy.
Hello everyone, I'm Karen B. And the Comply on the Fly question of the week is, what is the COBRA Initial or General Notice, and when do I need to provide it? The COBRA Initial or General Notice is a required notice under the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, which is a federal law that was enacted in 1985 and is applicable to employers with 20 or more employees. COBRA provisions appear in ERISA, the Internal Revenue Code or IRC, and the Public Health Services Act or PHSA. Simply put, COBRA provides an opportunity for group health plan enrollees to continue group health plan coverage when it is lost under the terms of the group health plan upon the occurrence of certain events, such as termination, reduction in hours, divorce, death, or an adult child aging off the plan. Although all of these events presumably happen after the enrollee or enrollees have been on the plan for some time, it is important that participants and dependents get notice of how COBRA works and when it applies when they first join or enroll in the plan, so they know in advance of these events and what they can expect, or simply know their rights, but also understand their responsibility if certain things happen, namely divorce or loss of dependent status. COBRA requires the participant or enrollee to notify you as the employer when those events happen. So logically, you have to tell them that, thus the initial general notice. The requirement is that this must be given to all new enrollees within 90 days of enrollment in a group health plan. Enrollees means participants or employees, enrolled spouses, and enrolled dependents. For this reason, this notice cannot just be simply posted or included in an enrollment booklet. It must be mailed to the home. If all enrollees live at the same address, one notice will suffice, as long as the envelope is addressed to those enrolled. For example, it could be John Smith, who's your employee or participant, Jane Smith, his spouse, and you could refer to the dependents in general, such as and dependents. I have also seen envelopes addressed to John Smith and family. You will need to keep a record of who you have sent this notice to in case there are any issues later, and you need to prove that you provided it. For those plan sponsors outsourcing COBRA administration, make sure your third-party administrator or TPA is doing this for you. A good indicator they are is if you are communicating initial enrollments to them. If not, you may have to self-administer this requirement or ask the TPA if they can do it for you. If you are not outsourcing COBRA administration, you should have a process in place for providing this notice as required and keeping the proper documentation. If you need COBRA information or documents to assist with your compliance, please reach out to your M3 account team or me. And that is your Comply on the Fly question of the week. Thanks for tuning in.
What's on your mind? If you have a pressing compliance question, send it to askkarenb@m3ins.com. We'll do our best to cover it in an upcoming episode. You can now follow and subscribe to Comply on the Fly on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Make sure to tune in next week and encourage others to join us.